Hello. Welcome. It is New Game Wednesday. We're back. We're playing a new game. I had a different game lined up, but as fate would have it, Inkle, which is the studio that released Pendragon, which is a game that we used to play a lot on the stream way back in the early days of yore. Way back in time, used to play Pendragon when I was first starting up. Anyway, this studio, Inkle, just surprise released this new game today called Overboard. I don't know very much about it. Basically, what I know is that it is a murder mystery. I think, though, the difference is that we're the murderer as the player. So, seems very interesting. Seems like an interesting hook. Their games from Inkle always are interesting. Whatever you want to say about them, they're always of interest, and I hope that this one will be too. So let's check it out. That's enough yammering. Midnight, July 3rd, 1935. Aboard the SS Hook, bound for New York. Valenzis depart for America. Former starlet Veronica Valenzi sets sail today for New York, accompanied by husband Malcolm. The pair, once dubbed a charmed couple, has now been rumored to be in dire financial straits after a string of poor investments. This is just setting us up for some motives. Here's to more luck in America, lovebirds. Mr. and Mrs. Valenzi will sail into Brooklyn aboard the SS Hook. Okay, so they're coming to America. This is some fancy rich people crime. I like this. This is like some Columbo crimes.
We stood together at the rail.
Whoa, voice acting.
I told him I could see dolphins playing in the wake of the boat. He leant over to see them.
No, don't push. Just a little further, dear. Oh, yes, push.
So I grabbed him by the belt.
Now.
And I threw him overboard.
It was a murder. An Inkle game. Oh, I like the music. The opening is so good. All right, so we pushed him overboard right at the start. Art and characters, Anastasia Wyatt. Great. I'm intensely excited for this game. I don't know quite what to expect. Okay, so also Columbo style, it has started with the crime. Malcolm, darling, I had the strangest dream. Malcolm? Oh, he's gone, really gone. Marvelous. We get a little hallelujah playing. Good morning, Mr. and Mrs. Valenzi. But is everything all right? What should I say? Okay, so we definitely murdered this dude last night. Somebody is, we'll say, who's there? That's a fair question to ask. Steward, ma'am. What do you want? We shouldn't be too suspicious. Captain says we put into Liberty Island at 4 p.m. and breakfast is still being served, ma'am. But only until 9 o'clock. Well, we gotta hop on that. Damn it, Veronica, you've overslept. Let's do a manly voice and say, thank you, steward. This is gonna be important to establishing evidence. It depends. How well do we think we can imitate our husband's voice? I reckon pretty good. Look at her. She looks like she knows how to do a crime. Thank you, steward. Thank Mr. Valenzi. Are you quite all right, Mr. Valenzi? I pretended to be Malcolm through the cabin door. Bit of a cold, that's all. This is bad. This was too suspicious. The sea air can be bad for the larynx, Mr. Valenzi. The steward thinks Malcolm is ill in bed. Wear a scarf and I hope you feel better soon. I will encourage the kitchen to keep something warm for you both. The steward is worried about my poor husband's health. All right, Veronica, be calm, act natural. Maybe no one saw anything. Wow, okay, so we kind of effed this up right out the gate because this steward, we could have just not said anything, right? But now the steward, if anybody asks, they'll be like, okay, at 8:15, the steward came by the cabin, and he was asking all these questions. The husband was there, but he was weird and sick, and he didn't see him. That's mega suspicious. Huge mistakes right out of the gate. I could never do a crime. Okay, I can adjust the text and animation speeds in the pause menu. Sublime. Good to know. Let's look around the cabin. In the desk. There's a cast iron paperweight in the shape of a dolphin on the desk. What an ugly thing. God knows, but I hate dolphins. No, we need this. Let's take it. And this thing is horribly heavy. It's like they don't want anyone to steal it. But who would steal this horrible thing? I would. It's mine. I could probably fit it in my case, though. If I threw away some of Malcolm's clothes. I spend a happy 5 minutes stuffing blazers, jackets, trousers out of the porthole. The wind whips them away like little flags. And now the dolphin. There. Okay, we're a little memento. We're committing multi-crime. I stole the metal dolphin. Oh boy, this is all a mistake. They're gonna like find the clothes in the water. They're gonna be like, who stole the metal dolphin? Oh boy. Okay, it's all off the rails. That's okay. Let's look at the porthole. The porthole is open. Do something else. I don't want to look at the water. I want to leave. Let's get out of here. Let's get some breakfast. Time to face the others then. We got the dolphin. It's time for breakfast before we run out of time. Where should Veronica head next? She should head, that's a great question, to the restaurant. Act normal, Veronica, and go to breakfast. Yes, I think that be there at 8:46. Perfect. Getting there with just a little bit time left. We'll get some Greek yogurt and some granola. Oh man, less than 8 hours from Liberty Island. So we're headed there. I'm late. The restaurant is nearly empty. Let's talk to Clarissa. So this is also potentially a mistake. Again, it comes down to how well do we think that we can sell this? How well do we think that we can prevent anybody from realizing that we've just done a big murder last night? I think she looks like she could play it cool. Clarissa Turpentine is a 20-something from Connecticut or some such place with moon eyes, traveling alone. Malcolm found her riveting. I find her to be a wet cloth in a bucket of milk. Nice. I'll stay with her. Good morning, Miss Clarissa. May I join you? Oh my god. You're a ghoul, aren't you? Excuse me? I know what you did to him. Clarissa is crying about something. Have some bacon, dear. It's delightful. Let's see if we can cheer her up, if we can ply her with some pork. How can you eat at a time like this? Don't tell me you don't know. Know what, my dear? I think playing dumb is going to be the key here. Man, I would never get away with a murder. This is going so bad. Clarissa bursts into fresh sobs and flees from the room. Luckily, no one saw any of that. Clarissa fled from breakfast. Okay, but she might be crying about something else. Even though this has gone terribly off the rails, even though this is already a disaster and a nightmare, we don't know. We don't know for sure that she knows that he's dead. And I don't think she would. Look, the important thing is... Okay, where would I go? If it was me, if I was just doing regular stuff, Clarissa was crying. Does she know something? My cabin, forward cabins, the chapel, the bridge. No, let's go to the smoking room, a quiet room where the men play cards. Oh wait, but I'm not one of the men. It was dark when I pushed him. Did I leave a trace? I think that's worth doing. Let's return to the scene of the crime. Good idea. 7 hours from Liberty Island. All right, we're just gonna poke around a little bit. I make my way to the upper deck, but not quickly enough. Ah, Mrs. Villanzy. I met Mr. Carstairs by the rail. It's Mr. Carstairs, the young Englishman. Damn fine day, what? Good morning, Mr. Carstairs. Are you up here looking for your diamond, by any chance? I found it lying here on deck like a bally fish just now. Lucky thing I did, too. Might have flopped back into the sea. This is a nightmare. Look. This is a huge problem. This is evidence. This is all coming off the rails. We have to kill him, too. My earring must have slipped out when Malcolm went over. I will say, that's not my earring. Should we deny it? What if the other one's in my other ear right now, though? Oh, this is... Malcolm would be furious if he knew. I like this. If he knew I'd lost it. Because this suggests that we think he's still alive. They're extremely dear. You should be more careful, old fruit. Hey, you should be more careful, you old vegetable man. You're so right. I wonder how it got here. You came up on deck after me. Quite a mystery, don't you think? You're going over the side if you keep asking questions. Shall we take a turn around the deck? Wait, look, dolphins. In the water. Perfect plan. Dolphins, you say? You're going over the side. Doesn't seem likely, my dear. Water's too cold here for dolphins. But there's something down there. This is terrible. We have both of our diamond earrings. I checked quickly. We're all alone up here. Definitely there in the water. Keep pointing to stuff. Lean over. Look. Really? I can't see anything. Just lean a little further. Why not? In for a penny, in for a pound, I always say. Honestly, I'm leaning far as I bloody well can. Push him overboard. Have a closer look, Mr. Carstairs. He tumbles over the rail. Elsa! And then he is gone. Elsa? Double homicide. We got an achievement called double homicide. Let's go below. Let's wait by the rail. 20 minutes, idle by. That's perfect. That's what I want to see. I'm still looking down over the rail when Lady H swans up. Ah, Veronica dear, are you quite well? You look awful. I should say, okay, this is a real problem, because what am I gonna do? What is my plan here? I'm gonna kill every single person on this boat? That's insanity. I have the dolphin statue. Oh man, I really let this one get away from me. Okay, so we need to get our story straight now. We killed the husband, we killed Mr. Carstairs. Do we know the husband is dead? Is the question that we need to establish. I will say, I don't know. I will say, so do you. A little ribbing. A little gentle ribbing between ladies. Well, really. Oh, look. I think I insulted Lady H. Well, she started it. Up there on the bridge. Isn't that the commander? You mean Anders? Oh, you are playing it cool, aren't you? You rather like him, don't you, dear? Just your sort. Honest and true? Oh, my dear. You are quite delightful. You're going over the side. I've killed before and I will kill again. If you knew. She pulls a string of rosary beads. Okay, she did something, but now she's gone. Let's go below. As I leave the rail, I look up. There's a clear view from the bridge of the upper deck to see Commander Anders at the wheel looking at me. We gotta kill him. To the bridge! The bridge officer might have seen me on the upper deck last night. Let's go to the bridge and say hello. We'll bring the dolphin statue. And our 2 earrings. 6 hours away. To reach the bridge, you climb a metal ladder from the upper deck. The masterful Commander Anders is at the wheel. On a hook inside the bridge is a key with a bright red fob. I saw a tagged key on the bridge. 2 murders. Oh boy. Let's wave to him. Commander! Mrs. Villeneuve, come in! The bridge isn't empty. There are a few duty officers about. And how are you faring this morning, Mrs. Villeneuve? Vienze. I'm a bit dizzy, to be honest. This is bad. This is a mistake. We should not pretend anything is unusual. Yes, indeed. The upper deck seems a long way down, doesn't it? No one there now, of course. Do you know, I was on watch here last night. You're going over the side. You're a dead man, Anders. Oh, yes. That's right. It's a quiet night. Light breeze. No fog. Relatively good visibility. Mr. Anders, my friend. Maybe we can seduce him. I feel I've known you a long time. We're old souls, Mrs. Villeneuve. That must be it. Are you trying to tell me something? You and your husband like to take the air at night. But did you know you're not the only ones who do that? Lady Armstrong also takes a stroll about that time. Okay, so maybe we can pin it on her. That's very interesting, Mr. Anders. I thought you'd be intrigued. We're pinning it on her. Oh, The Mrs. V, watch out for that old lady. She's got claws. Now, Mrs. Villansy, I should perhaps return to my duties. What's that key? The one with the red tag? That's my pass key. Why? So you can go anywhere you like? Of course. Can I borrow it? This is also suspicious. No, Mrs. Villansy, it's more than my job is worth to give that to a passenger. Even one as charming as you. Anders pats his trouser pocket. Not even for me. This is incredibly suspicious. Not even for you. You're going over the side. I'm glad you can be trusted. I am glad you can be trusted. I most certainly can be. Thank you, Mrs. Villansy. Thank you for showing me the bridge. Let's get out of here. Perhaps you could show me more later. I would like that very much. Mrs. Villansy. I usually do my rounds between 11 and 12. At about past, I could be near your cabin. Perhaps you might be in. Usually do my rounds between... So he wants us to be there at 11:30. I'll say bring your hat. We're gonna kill him in the cabin. I like your hat. Of course, ma'am. Until then. Okay. Good day, Mrs. Villansy. We gotta be there. Is going to stop by my cabin at 11:30. Oh boy. Okay. Go back down. I make my way back down the ladder. This is a nightmare. This is all going so poorly. I'm not ready to give up yet, am I? Let's go to the aft cabins. I can be there at 11:02. Perfect. I have an appointment at 11:30 to push Anders over the side and steal his big red key. But until then, the aft cabins belong to the Major and to Miss Clarissa Turpentine. There's sobbing coming from a nearby cabin. Clarissa's door. Let me listen first. I put my ear to the keyhole. Sobbing, sobbing. More sobbing. Ripping something up? More sobbing. Oh, we've missed vital evidence. She's in there all right then. Let's knock on that door. Clarissa, you're in there? I don't want to talk to you. You're going to, Clarissa, let me in. Please. We're gonna reach out to her. No, Veronica. Please. Just go away and never come back. You broke his heart. You... Oh, my. Clarissa's in tears over my husband. Clarissa, no. Do we still not know that he's dead? When do we discover that he's missing? Maybe... Okay, so our story is we went... Let's say that we went to breakfast because we thought he would be there. We went to the deck. We went up to the bridge. We're, like, poking around. And now we're, like, starting to worry. Have you seen Malcolm? 11:15 is the first time we asked anybody about this. Where is he? You don't know? Oh, my God, Veronica. You really don't know? Clarissa saw something last night. We can't talk like this. Please, open the door. I don't want to talk to you. You killed him, Veronica. You killed him. She knows he's dead. Let's talk on deck. That's a lie, Clarissa. Let's go. Gaslight her. No. Go away. Please, you're driving me crazy. We're never going to get away with this. Oh, man. She collapsed into floods of tears again, enough to spoil the bedspread. How can she know? How much did she see? Let's step away. I'm going to wait in the corridor for just a bit. 20 minutes idle by. We got to move on. Stewart intends to look in on Malcolm. Shoot. Shoot, 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 shoot. My cabin. Well, we're 25 minutes late for meeting with, what's his butts. I fall into my chase. Chase? Exhausted. The bed. I fell asleep on the chase last night, so no one slept in the bed. Yeah, fall asleep. I really am quite tired. I fall asleep for several hours and wake up feeling groggy. This is a mistake. Don't do a crime and then go to sleep. Get up. The door opens suddenly and Anders steps inside. There you are. You're needed in the restaurant now. Hey, you're 3.5 hours late, Bubbo. Oh, walk me there. Certainly, madam. Let me take your arm. This is a nightmare. We did everything wrong. Hopefully we're going to get another shot at this today. Because, man, oh man, oh man, oh man. In the restaurant, Lady H and everybody else is gathered together. Clarissa Turpentine is standing apart. Anders walks me in and steps to one side. Thank you all for coming. And where is my good friend, Mr. Carstairs? I knocked on his cabin door. It was bolted on the inside. He didn't come out. How strange. Wait, really? I apologize for gathering you all here. It is most unusual. But I believe something unusual has indeed occurred. Are you the detective, Mrs. Villanzy? Malcolm Villanzy isn't with you. I knew it. He was with me this morning. Remember, he was in the bedroom with us this morning. Respectfully, ma'am, the bed in your cabin, it had not been slept in. The maid saw. You lied to me about your husband being ill. I thought I spoke to him, but I think that was you. Perhaps you might have slept on the chase instead. But Mr. Villanzy, he did not. Monka S, not the bedroom. Yeah, it's all coming across. It's all coming apart. They've got us. They got us pinned here. They got it all sewn up. He was with me all night. We're just gonna deny and deny and deny. So, the point is this. Something has become of Mr. Villanzy. So what has happened? I'll tell you what happened. I saw him fall into the sea. Last night, he fell past my window as I looked out. Oh my. That's a horrible thing to say. Just deny, 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 deny. It was a horrible thing to see. And you did it, Veronica. Nonsense. I was in my cabin. Deny, 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 deny. Don't you see? That's why he did it. He couldn't stand to go back to you. Excuse me. I saw Mrs. Villanzy on deck with her husband last night. I was up on the bridge last night. There's a good view of the upper deck. Anders, don't screw us over. I also saw Mrs. Villanzy quite clearly, and I saw something fall off the ship. I'm sorry, Veronica, but it's the truth, and the truth always comes out. Anders turned me in. We were supposed to seduce him, but we were late, and then we took a nap instead. And it's all come off the rails. Oh, man. And we killed that other guy, too, for no reason. You didn't. Deny. Keep denying. If we just keep denying forever. Mrs. Villanzy, the coincidences, they are too much. I have no choice but to treat this as a murder. Mrs. Villanzy, please come with me. The commander drags me by the arm out of the restaurant. I thought you loved me, Anders. This is our last hope. I had dreams. We can still seduce him. You're very fine, Veronica Villanzy, but not fine enough to hang for. Just come with me. You'd better stay in your cabin until we dock. No! We're going to jail. We're definitely going to jail. Sing Sing Correctional Facility. They got us. Mrs. Villanzy, I've been arrested. Oh my gosh. That's me. We did not do this crime successfully at all. This was a mess. Perhaps you've heard of me. It says Miss Villanzy on the form. Welcome to America, Mrs. Villanzy. Enjoy your stay. How long till I get out? I couldn't say, miss. In you go now. Do we still have the dolphin statue? Oh, boy. Oh, man. Socialite Veronica Villanzy was dramatically arrested for the murder of her husband at the SS Hook put into harbor in Brooklyn. She'll be a guest of the Sing Sing Correctional Facility in somewhat less comfort than the widow of a British aristocrat might be accustomed to. Let us note about one of the victims who was traveling under a false passport. Oh, that's interesting. He's traveling under a false passport. Okay, so we completely effed that up. Let's try this again. Okay, so we push him overboard. Oh, cool. They're giving us little quests. Can I get Clarissa to open up to me? Can I get Anders on my side? Can I get into Clarissa's cabin? I want that pass key. Good morning, Mr. and Mrs. Villanzy. Use this button to autoplay using previous choices. Choices in greens are one you took before. I'll say, come in. This is less, to my mind, less suspicious, okay? Because we're telling him to come in like we think the husband is already gone. That's what we're going to play at this time, because we tried to pretend that he had been in the cabin in the morning, and everybody saw that he was not in the cabin. Everybody knew. So now we're going to pretend that he's already gone. He never came back last night. Come in. Remember, Clarissa thinks he killed himself. She thinks it's a suicide. So maybe we can play that angle. Thank you, ma'am. Captain says we put into Liberty Island at 4 p.m. Your husband is up already, is he? I'll say I don't know. I beg your pardon, ma'am. Have you seen him? Please. This is also suspicious. I don't think he came in last night. I have not seen him, ma'am. If I do, I will tell him it is time for breakfast. The steward believes Malcolm went missing overnight. All right, Veronica, 8 hours, then you're free. Let's look around the cabin. I like the idea of stealing this dolphin paperweight again. You never know. What an ugly thing. God knows, but I hate dolphins. Okay, so we want to work Clarissa here. Let's pick it up. And this thing is horribly heavy. If it's like they don't want anyone to steal it. But who would steal such a horrible thing? Let's take it. Take that bad boy. You could probably fit in my case, though. It's not enough to get away with one crime. I want to get away with a murder and stealing the terrible paperweight. I spent a happy 5 minutes stuffing blazers, jackets, trousers out of the porthole. The wind whips them away like little flags. And now the dolphin. There. A little memento. Okay, let's get out of here. Let's go to the bed. It's more comfortable than the chase. But I was too tired last night to care. Let's scrumple the sheets. The maid will know no one slept here unless... Okay, so we're taking care of this. Ah! Don't fall asleep, though. There, that's better. We're not going to stretch out. We're going to make it look like, because our story is, we were here by ourselves all last night. Mr. Villenzy went out, and he never came back. We were asleep, maybe. Who knows? Let's get up. No taking a nap this time. Taking a nap in the midst of the crime cover-up was a bad idea. Let's get out of here. Time to face the others then. Alright, so we're going to go to breakfast. And we're going to try to ask people what happened. Go. Here we are at breakfast. We're late. All the good croissants are going to be gone. I'm late. Hello again, Mrs. Villenzy. We can rewind to go to the beginning of the scene. Still no sign of your husband, ma'am. He has gone to the smoking room, perhaps. I'll try there. Let's pretend we're looking for him, like we're all distraught. He has been playing cards with Mr. Carstairs quite a lot, I believe. My husband played cards with Mr. Carstairs? Good to note. Okay, we can ask him about that. I'm not sure where he is. He has gone for a walk? I have not seen him, ma'am. The steward thinks Malcolm is up on deck. The restaurant is nearly empty. Let's ply Clarissa again. I like this idea. Clarissa Turpentine is a 20-something from Connecticut or some such place. Malcolm found her riveting. I find her to be a wet cloth and a bucket of milk. Sit with her. Good morning, Miss Clarissa. We're going to ask her where he is. May I join you? Oh my God, you're a ghoul, aren't you? Excuse me? We want her to open up to us. I know what you did to him. What are you talking about? Don't tell me you don't know. Have you seen my husband, Clarissa? We're gonna pivot the conversation a little bit. Have I? Clarissa bursts into fresh sobs and flees from the room. Luckily, no one saw any of that. Okay, so she fled from breakfast again. But also, we've told her. So everybody that we meet, we're saying, where's the husband? Where's the husband? Where's the husband? That is our goal. Let's go talk to Clarissa. Clarissa was crying. Does she know something? We're going to go try to talk to her right now. We're not going to talk to the detective Singh. I think the less we speak with him, the better. Right? That's where people in these mysteries always mess up. You try to talk to the detective, you try to fool him, you can't fool him. Clarissa's door. Knock on her door. Clarissa, you're in there? Go away. Clarissa, let me in. We already tried this, so maybe this is a bad idea. Please. No, Veronica. Please. Just go away and never come back. You broke his heart. You... Oh my. Are you talking about Malcolm? You never loved him. Not like I did. Oh my. We can't talk like this. We're gonna get in there. Please, open the door. We're going in the room. I don't want to talk to you. We gotta be pushy. You killed him, Veronica. You killed him. She knows he's dead. That's a lie, Clarissa. Let's talk on deck. Do we want to push her over the side? We can't. Two crimes at a time. The murder and stealing the paperweight. No more crimes other than that. It's not even 9:30 a.m. We can't be doing this multi-crime business. We've tried saying that's a lie. It didn't work. Let's talk on deck. Maybe she'll come out. Not here. Not like this. Maybe she'll come talk to us if we do this. I'll wait for you there. I don't want to talk to you. I asked to meet Clarissa on the upper deck. The upper deck, we'll say. I'll wait, but I won't wait for long. She collapses into floods of tears again, enough to spoil her bedsheets. I don't think she's coming up. How can she know? How much did she see? Across the hallway, the Major's cabin door opens. Oh my god, we have to talk to him. Ah, now, Memsahib, is everything quite all right? I think the Major overheard me talking to Clarissa. You're the Major? That's right. Subedar Major Sarbit Singh of the 14th Sikhs, retired obviously, at your service. He clicks his heels together. Please, I need your help. This is a mistake, but we're gonna try it. Oh yes. I have not seen my husband this morning. Is that so? Oh my god, he's on to us. The Major believes Malcolm went missing overnight. You've seen him? No, Memsahib, I have not. No, your husband, of course. Bid him farewell. We're going to pretend that we just wanted to ask him where the husband is. We're looking all over for him. I'll let you be. Very good, my dear. With that, the Major disappears off down the corridor, whistling to himself. That was a bad interaction. Duck out of sight. I quickly duck down behind a potted plant. A few minutes pass by. Nice. Then Clarissa steps out and hurries up the passageway. She's gone. No, we gotta meet her. Leave. She's gonna be on the upper deck, right? This is good. This is a power move. We're making her wait for us. We're gonna work her. I make my way to the upper deck. Please be here. And there she is. Yeah. Can I get Clarissa to open up to me? Good. Well, you wanted to talk to me? What else do we want to do? Get into her cabin. Out with it. Close by, Lady H is leaning over the rail. She's definitely eavesdropping. You tried to steal my husband. That's no way to behave. He loved me. He didn't love you. And you destroyed him. I'm his wife, Clarissa. We're gonna pretend that we still don't know for sure he's dead. You were his keeper. I saw him fall, Veronica, last night. It was horrible. I was in my bunk just writing something, and I looked up. Okay, so he shot past the porthole in front of me. That's hilarious, but... You're sure it was him? I wasn't sure until I saw your face this morning. Uh-oh, she thinks it was us. Clarissa thinks I know about Malcolm. Oh, boy. I don't know what you're talking about. Deny. It worked so well before. He wouldn't have done it, except for you. You didn't love him. Why didn't you let him go? Okay, she blames me for Malcolm's death, but she doesn't think that it was a murder. You think he killed himself? It was all he could do. He loved me. But you left him no choice. We're gonna get away with this. This is the way. We're gonna work this angle as hard as we can. No other crimes have happened here, except of course that we stole the thing, and also probably like 1 million people saw us push him over the side. So, but we've got Clarissa on our side. I've heard enough. Go away, Clarissa. Go back to your cabin and cry. Oh, my God, Veronica. What are you? I hate you. This is not going to work. Wait, I see dolphins. Goodbye, Clarissa. Goodbye. And with that, Clarissa runs away, sobbing out her little heart. I'm standing by the rail as Lady H swans by. Ah, Veronica, dear, are you quite well? You look awful. My husband is missing, Lady Honoria. I haven't seen him since last night. Really? Husbands are terribly unreliable. Worse than motor cars, and yet you still have to crank them. Nice! Oh, what a sick line. Lady H believes Malcolm went missing overnight. Good. I'm not joking. Now, don't fret, my dear. I'm sure he's just been taking the air. Oh, by the way, dear, one lady to another. Do you know you've only got one earring on? On the left there, dear. Now, this is a problem. Lady Armstrong's sigh only had one earring. My earring, you're right. Why not? My right, your left, dear. You hadn't noticed. Oh my. Don't tell me you sleep with them on. Of course not. Oh, this is bad. Then you must be in a very forgetful mood. Toodles. Oh, look. Up there on the bridge. Isn't that the commander? We gotta get Anders on our side. Oh, you mean Anders? Oh, you are playing it cool, aren't you? We already did this. Hello? Oh, I do believe he's waving at us. She treats him to a wave of her handkerchief, then turns to smile at me. You rather like him, don't you, dear? Please, he's staff. He's very dashing. What do you make of him? I like this. Deflected. Quite a favorite of mine, but you know, dear. Not all that glitters is gold, as they say. Wow. Is this racism? You don't like blacks, Lady H? Is that it? We're accusing her of racism right away. Don't be silly, dear. If you'd been to Africa as I have, you realize half the world is black. What a strange thing to say. And the other half certainly isn't all white either. This has nothing to do with that. Yeah, we got you on the ropes, you big racist. I don't have time for gossip. We're looking for our dead husband. It's 10:45 a.m. We didn't even get breakfast. No, quite right. I mean, what good has gossip ever done for anyone? That feels like a hint. I wish she didn't have this cool animal around her neck. She pulls a string of rosary beads and walks away. I take off the other earring and slip it into my pocket. The deck. Did I drop my earring here last night? I looked on the deck for my lost earring. Nothing here. No evidence that anything happened. Oh boy. Go below. But we're not going below. We're gonna go talk to Anders. Oh man. Okay, we gotta seduce him. It's the only way. We gotta get him on our side. To reach the bridge, you climb a metal ladder from the upper deck. It's a terrible idea. The masterful Commander Anders is at the wheel. On a hook inside the bridge is a key with a bright red fob. I don't want the key. Although, let's wave to him. Commander, Mrs. Villenzy, come in. The bridge isn't empty. There are a few duty officers about. And how are you faring this morning, Mrs. Villenzy? A bit dizzy, to be honest. Yes, indeed. The upper deck seems a long way down, doesn't it? No one there now, of course. Do you know I was on watch here last night? Oh, yes? Oh, what did you see? Was a quiet night, light breeze, no fog, relatively good visibility. Mr. Anders, my friend. I feel I've known you a long time. We're old souls, Mrs. Villenzy. That must be it. Are you trying to tell me something? You and your husband like to take the air at night. But did you know you're not the only ones who do that? Lady Armstrong also takes a stroll about that time. Was she, does she? She does. Now, Mrs. Villenzy, I should perhaps return to my duties. What's that key? Let's ask him about the key again, because we want to get him to say he's going to come to our cabin. The one with the red tag? That's my pass key. Why? So you can go anywhere you like. We'll do the same conversation again the way we did before. Of course. I should get one of those. Naturally, we don't give them to passengers. Thank you for showing me the bridge, Mr. Anders. Perhaps you could show me more later. I would like that very much. Good day, Mrs. Villenzy. We effed it up. Anders opens the door of the bridge and heads down the ladder, leaving an officer in charge. He's taken the key from the bridge with him. Doing my rounds. Shoot, shoot, shoot. I make my way down the ladder. Alright, we're going back to our room. Where's Anders now? We can go to my cabin. Where else? He said he'd be there till 11:30. What if we went to the upper deck? Who's here with us? Okay, we're going to the smoking room. We're looking for the husband, and then we're gonna take a light lunch. This isn't going well either. The smoking room is a stuffy place tucked into the back of the boat. The Major is here playing cards against himself. What a dork! Have you spoken to Lady H this fine morning? He has heard a rumor from Lady Armstrong. I have. Did she tell you her theory? A theory? This is bad. What kind of theory? He's on to us already. Lady Armstrong told me this morning that she is quite certain, quite convinced in fact, that the boat is sinking. Apparently Lady H thinks the ship is sinking. Her head must be spinning. Ha! Perhaps that is it. But my advice, keep an eye on the horizon. Check that it is still horizontal. Do we want to work him? I don't think we can work him. I don't think that works in this game. If he's like a hotshot detective and we try to work this guy to try to get on his side, I just worry that it's not actually going to work. And he's just going to actually get information from us. But let's do it. Let's take a seat and we'll ask him again. The chairs in the smoking room are soft, worn leather. You can sink right in and not be seen. Maybe we can mention Clarissa's, saw the husband die thing. You seem quite at home here, Mem Sahib. Don't say my husband liked to play. Don't use the past tense. Smoking rooms are all the same. That's true enough. Malcolm plays cards with you, Major? Present tense. Subedar, Major, please, and that's right. But between you and me, Mem Sahib, he's not very good at it. You must find him a new hobby. Wow. Hey, look, there's dolphins. You should lean way over. I'll bear that in mind. The Major harumps under his mustache. Have you seen Malcolm? We'll ask him again. We're keeping on asking. Not today, I think. If you see him... Yes? Tell him I'm looking for him. Tell him I love him. Tell him I love him. We're gonna push this he killed himself theory. Tell him I love him. Very good. What's in America for you, Major? My old friend, Bits. We fought together, Egypt, 20 years ago. That would be World War I, right? Because he said it was 38. He's only got one eye. I'm afraid he's quite a monster. What happened to his other eye? One shouldn't ask a soldier a question like that. The answer is almost always terribly boring. What about you? What takes you across the ocean? We'll say a change of scenery. Keep it light. That's all. England can be so drab. Then I wish you every success, Mem Sahib. They say the wide open spaces of America are truly wide. Let's let that conversation... I'll be going now. Mem Sahib. Alright, let's get some lunch. Did Lady H see something on the deck last night? Are we sinking? Anders would know. We're not sinking. Aft cabins belong to Sing. No, let's get some lunch. It's 12:20. And Lady H is here. We can chat with her a little bit more. Ask her why she thinks the boat is sinking, see if we can find a way to discredit her. She's sitting by herself at one of the tables. May I join you, Lady H? You should eat something, my godwoman. Of course, dear. A drink? She's having a drink in the restaurant in the middle of the day. At lunchtime? What? It isn't breakfast? Steward, you know how I like them. Let's get her rip-roaring drunk. Yes, ma'am. As dirty as it comes, please. Yes, ma'am. Did I see you out on deck last night? No, we already talked to her. Will you stay in America, do you think? This time, I think maybe this time I will. England has too many memories in it now. And, quite honestly, too many diseases. Lady H smiles thinly and digs through her bag. Here you are, ma'am, just as you like it. Rancid. Thank you very much. You hinted something about the commander. Maybe we're being too direct. Our beloved commander, my dear, he has a secret. You're quite the detective. This is good. We want to flatter her a little bit. Me? No, not at all. I'm just interested in people, really. People are fascinating things, always hiding things, always. Mark my words, dear, no one is ever being straight with you. Not ever. Lady H treats me to a winning smile. The Major says the boat is sinking? What? Oh, yes. Yes, I was quite worried about that. But you're not anymore. We should tell the commander. We should do this. We should try to discredit her. Oh, if we're sinking, he knows. He was up on the bridge when it happened. Saw the whole thing. What happened? Well, I was on deck last night, and I heard something. She was definitely on the upper deck. A splash. Something fell off the boat. What sort of thing? This is okay. This is okay. We can... I don't know. I'm not a mechanic. If we're pretending it was a suicide. But whatever it was big. I heard the splash when it fell. And then Commander Anders up in the bridge. This game rules, by the way. He jumped out onto the ladder and stopped there, frozen, watching whatever it was, drifting away. I saw his binoculars flashing in the dark. Wow, so he saw literally the whole thing and he let it happen. Ducks a-dabbling. Do you have any children? We're gonna chat her up a little bit more. Do you know, my dear, but I never did. I meant to, but somehow the moment never arose. And then, of course, it was too late. Lady H raises a hanky to her eye and dabs. But you'd have liked children. This is good. We want to talk her up. Ideally, we wanted to order another drink. Anders is a huge problem. He saw literally the whole thing. Well, I don't really. I like the idea of children. The real thing is a bit messy, isn't it? Half of them die when they're small, and the other half belittle you till you die. She puts her handkerchief away and smiles thinly at me. What do you make of Carstairs? It's 1 o'clock. Carstairs? Oh, he's a dark horse, that one. You mark my words. You have the nose of a bloodhound. We're gonna make friends with her. Do you know, I really do. One thing old age has given me. Chin chin. What do you make of the Major? This is gonna be racism, I can already tell. Oh, he's terribly disappointing. You don't like him? What were you hoping for? This is a better way to put it. Keep it on the positive. Oh, a skeleton in the closet, a lover under the bed, that sort of thing. But the Major seems to be exactly what he says. Even his ridiculous rank is genuine. You've not found your man, I suppose. I'm rather worried. Yes, well, it doesn't look good. Tell me Anders' secret. We might as well. Just between us. I can't go around giving people's secrets out like humbugs, dear. What a way to behave. Anders is, what if we trade? This will get her attention. A secret for a secret, is it? I do like secrets, that's true. I'll give you my diamond earring. I like this. No, thank you, my dear. This one earring business is not my style. And I'm too old to go hawking things to pawn shops. Darn. I tell you what, dear. £1,000. give me £1,000 and I'll give you Anders' secret. Yours to have and to hold. You're not serious. Well, if it's too much, never mind, dear. But that's what a man's life is worth. You'll own him, dear, if you want him. I don't carry any money. Oh dear, my dear, what a shame for you. You must have been stunning in your youth. This is good. Flatter her. We can keep working her. We're not done with her yet. What a mean-spirited thing to say. But yes, I was rather a looker. Lady H sniffs and looks away. You must have had men lining up. Oh yes, the old dance card was always full. But one day, poof, none of that seems to matter. You pick one, whichever, doesn't matter. You settle down. And then 10 years later you come to your senses and it's too late to do a damn thing about it. Lady H smiles thinly and digs through her bag. Will you be staying in New York? We already sort of asked her this, but that's fine. I should think so. For a little while, at least. Seems a vibrant place, don't you think? Lady H turns back and smiles. Have you made this crossing before? We gotta get her another drink, at the very least. Oh, yes. My 4th or 5th time. I can simply never decide where I want to be. Lady H lifts her glass and winks at me. Your health, dear. Alright. Goodbye, Lady H. Goodbye, Mrs. Villenzy. Nice to talk to you. Do make sure you enjoy your life. Don't waste it, alright? Thank you, Lady H. Alright, this is what we're doing. We're throwing the earring over the rail. Forward cabins, who's gonna be here? Carstairs has a secret. Anders has a secret. We're going to the upper deck. We're throwing the earring over while nobody's looking. We gotta do this. I go back to the upper rail. My earring. No, it's not here. Let's go to the rail. I lean out over the rail and stare down into the water below. Drop something overboard. Toss my earring. The earring glitters in the sunlight as it disappears. There. Good riddance. Lean away. So now we don't have the diamond anymore, crucially. Let's go below. Let's try to talk to... should we go try to talk to Anders again? My husband told me Mr. Carstairs. Who's here? Lady H is here. We could try to hit her up some more. But I think we'll talk to Carstairs in the smoking room. Can I get into Clarissa's cabin? Let's go back to the bridge. I have an idea. Man, this game's a lot longer when you don't nap for the whole day. The bridge is manned by some off-duty watch officer I don't recognize. Go back down. I clamber back down quickly. Shoot, that didn't work. Lady H is there. If we can get rid of the other earring, that would be good. So let's try to get it from Carstairs, and we'll throw it over the side too. And then everybody who talks about earrings will just be like, what earrings? The Major is here, still playing cards. Carstairs is here too, quietly smoking. Mrs. Villenzy, I was hoping to catch you at some point. Are you looking for your diamond by any chance? I found it on the upper deck this morning. Showed it to the Major here, and he jolly well diagnosed it. The Subaru Major knows a diamond when he sees one. Look, I'm afraid I only found the one, though. Oh my god, this is a disaster. My earring must have slipped out when Malcolm went over. Oh, we threw away the other earring for no reason. It was a precious diamond. Okay, let's say... And that other woman saw it with us with it, and the detective is right here. Mr. Carstairs, are you who you appear to be? We're gonna confront him in front of the detective. I sometimes wonder if you aren't just too good to be true. Oh, well, you know. No man is an island. All that? There's something you're not telling me. Oh, I shouldn't think so. We're gonna put him on the defensive. I'm very dull, me. Take a seat. Ah, that's better. You play cards with my husband, Mr. Carstairs? Absolutely. I mean, we both did, Sing and me. Mr. Carstairs, I think Mrs. Valenzi has the right to know. To know what? Mr. Carstairs likes to bet, and the stakes can be very high indeed. But your husband, he liked to lose. You didn't know? Oh, he's run up his debts here. How much money? If he ever paid me, a lot. Talk to Carstairs. I hear my husband owes you money. I'm afraid I blabbed. You heard that, did you? I hate to trouble him about it, of course, but it is rather a lot, and a gentleman in the New World has got to eat. You make your money from cards? Well, now. As I said, a gentleman has got to eat. Where's your husband this afternoon, Mrs. Valenzi? He really does owe me quite a lot of money. This is good, too, because if we can push this angle that the husband was deep in debt and not going to be able to pay it off, that might also be something. I've not seen him since last night. If I'm honest, Mr. Carstairs, I'm worried. We need to get Anders on our side. This is the problem. I'm sure he's just gone for a walk about deck. Why not climb up to the bridge? You get a great view of over the upper deck from there, you know. He didn't come in last night. Really? By Jove. Will you enjoy America, Mr. Carstairs? Mr. Carstairs is looking for my husband. Frankly, I can't wait. Wanted to go all my life, you know. I know I must seem like a British stickler, but some of the ways they do things in America, well, they simply sound fantastic. And what will you do? And what will you do? Fancy myself as a Pinkerton, actually. Oh, by the way, I found your husband's jacket in the smoking room after I went to see the Major. I left it outside your cabin. I hope that's all right. It says he sent Malcolm's jacket back to my cabin. Oh, thank you, for some reason. Think nothing of it. I simply hate it when things are left lying around. Loose ends, you understand? You're a single man? This is not going well. What, me? Oh, yes, rather. Marriage seems awfully risky to me. Ah, but what of love? Carstairs? You dink? Well, you know, love. Can't live with it, can't find it under a rock. And you, ma'am? Fan of marriage, are you? Well, I am married. Honestly, it's a lot of work. We're going to, but there are certain rewards. We're going to push this idea that our husband was unhappy with us. I should hope so. Can't see what they are myself, though. And what about you, Mrs. V? Do you work? I used to act a little. In the West End, this is not useful. This is not pushing our agenda. I gave it up when I was married. You're an actress. Goodness me, we're making too much small talk. We're not pushing the agenda here. I tell you, I never would have known it. I might take it up. Oh, why not? Well, now. You have such an honest face. And actors, you know, they're all terrible liars. Oh, do you think I am a liar, Carstairs? If that's what you're saying, I'll push you over the boat, I swear to God. You? Lord, no. You've got a face like a lost sheep. Good. Are you an educated man, Mr. Carstairs? We're going to try to catch him in a lie. We're going to try to get him to tell us where he went to school. Ah, man, goodness, I try not to be. Educated men aren't supposed to do foolish things. But you studied where? Oxford? Maybe we can get him this way. Because we know that he has a fake passport from the thing at the end. What, me? Oxford? No, a minor red brick. More of a yellow brick, actually. Not worth mentioning. Let's push it. Oh, we can't push it. Oh, stop talking to Carstairs. Don't say anything. Let's get out of here. Is that the time? Mr. Valenzi is late. I will ask the porter if anyone's seen him. The Major goes out. A few minutes later, he returns, looking very grave indeed. Oh, we effed it up. Please, Mrs. Valenzi, Mr. Carstairs, please follow me to the restaurant. I am assembling everyone from first class. They can't pin anything on us. What's the problem? Please. After you. They got us. We gotta work Anders. Anders knows everything. But he didn't tell anybody. That's so suspicious. Thank you all for coming. I apologize for gathering you all here. It is most unusual. But I believe something unusual has indeed occurred. Mrs. Villenzy, where exactly is your husband? Veronica killed him with her neglect. Didn't you, Veronica? He's missing since last night. I'm worried sick. This is good. We want that. It is true, I think. The bed in the Valenzi's cabin, it has not been slept in. I saw it. Okay. That's because he's dead. Dead because of her. Keep talking. I saw him fall into the sea. Last night he fell past my window as I looked out. Say nothing. Please, Miss Turpentine. You saw him? You say you saw him falling past your window? He reached out to me like a ghost. How horrible. It was a horrible thing to see. And you did it, Veronica. But, qualify it. If he jumped, it was because of you. This is what we want to do. We want to push. We want to take that it's totally given that he jumped and argue some other, mechanical point of this. So everybody agrees he jumped. He jumped? Of course he jumped. But why did he jump? That's what we're going to argue about. If he jumped, it was because of you. Toying with him the way you did. We gotta muddy the waters here. You should be ashamed. You can't imagine our love, Veronica. It was pure. There, I said it. And he was in debt. You know. Of course, one doesn't like to gossip. But Malcolm Valenzi was on the upper deck last night. Don't say with me. And he might have been up there with Miss Turpentine. They have very similar figures, our two women. Wouldn't you agree, gentlemen? It certainly wasn't me. We're working this. We're not going to get away with it, but we're trying. I didn't go near the upper deck last night. So neither did I. Malcolm was going to visit me. I gave him my key. Oh, his key's in the coat. Okay. But he never came because he threw himself overboard. So, if we talk to Carstairs, he'll tell us that he sent the coat to our room. We'll be able to get the key from the coat to break into a room. You think he killed himself? We're not going to be able to get away with saying, maybe you two met on deck. What did you do to him? Please, let's try to think rationally. No! Whoever she was, I heard her push Mr. Valenzi overboard. I heard the splash. The fact is, Mr. Valenzi is missing, but there's no evidence of anything untoward. It is my belief that Malcolm Valenzi committed suicide by drowning. This works for us. Do you really think his debts were too much for him? Do you really think? We're pushing our luck. Don't believe her, you mustn't. She's a snake. I swear it, she was up there with him. She pushed him into the sea rather than let me take him. What, my own husband? Because you knew he was going to leave you for me, and he was going to take all his money with him. He didn't have any money. And his debts? Let's push this. I wouldn't have missed those. With respect, there is one other thing. This is where they get us. The maid found a tube of barbiturates in Mrs. Valenzi's cabin. Sleeping pills, so? There's nothing wrong with that. They're extremely strong sleeping pills. My mother took them. They have quite powerful side effects. Mood swings, memory loss, rage. I only keep them for emergencies. Was last night an emergency? I must ask you, Mrs. Valenzi. Did you kill your husband? I'm innocent. We effed it up. I didn't do anything. We snatched defeat from the jaws of victory here. So, what happened? He must have jumped. A rich, newlywed man in his prime just threw himself into the sea? You were pushing this earlier. Our marriage was loveless. He wasn't happy. Our marriage was loveless. He threw himself overboard rather than face the future. And he left me alone. And you're quite sure your memory of events is clear? I don't want to say any of these things. This is a conspiracy. I'm an innocent victim. Perhaps, but I must admit, I doubt it. You're free to go, ma'am. We can't stop you. That's all we needed. I must advise the captain that Miss Malcolm Villanzy committed suicide last night. Whoa, no! Wait a moment. Aren't you forgetting something? I don't think so, no. Not you, Major. Him. Me, Lady Armstrong? Stay silent. Let's see where this is going. That's right, Commander. You were up on the bridge last night. With your binoculars. You must have seen exactly what happened. Commander. Well, Subror Major, I have been intending to discuss the matter discreetly with the captain himself. But since you forced me into speaking publicly, Anders, don't you sell us out. Oh, boy. It was dark on deck, surely. Oh, boy. We're out. We effed it up. We gotta get Anders. You can't have seen anything. The moon was quite bright, ma'am. Quite bright enough to see the upper deck. I saw Mrs. Valenzi on deck last night, and I saw something fall off the ship. I knew it. I have a nose for these things. Anders turned me in again. You didn't. It's our word against his. Miss Valenzi, the coincidences, they are too much. No! I have no choice but to treat this as a murder. Mrs. Valenzi, please come with me. Oh, we effed it up! The commander drags me by the arm out of the restaurant. I'll haunt you. It's too late. We effed it up. I'll haunt you forever. Just come with me. You'd better stay in your cabin until we dock. Okay. F me. Ah, we were so close. Mrs. Valenzi, if you go now.
Oh, bollocks.
All right. I think we can fix this. Let's do this again. We gotta work Anders the whole time. I want that pass key. We need to work Anders from the beginning. So we're gonna talk to him first. Come in. Thank you, ma'am. Captain says we put into Liberty Island at 4 p.m. Let's try this one more time. I think we can get this right. Your husband is up already, is he? I don't know. I beg your pardon, ma'am. Have you seen him? Please. I don't think he came in last night. I have not seen him, ma'am. If I do, I will tell him it's time for breakfast. All right, Veronica. 8 hours, then you're free. Look around the cabin. The bed. It's more comfortable than the chase. But I was too tired last night to care. Scrumple the sheets. We also need to get the bottle of barbiturates. The maid will know no one slept here unless... Ah. There, that's better. Get up. But there's no time for this. The bathroom. I catch a glimpse of my reflection in the mirror as I slip into the bathroom. And look quickly away. There's a bottle of tablets by the little sink. The tablets? Sleeping tablets. Strong ones. Ah, Veronica's little helpers. It's a wonder I woke up at all. Pocket them. Leave the bathroom. I hurry back out into the cabin. Now leave. Time to face the others then. So here's what we do. We go to the restaurant. The restaurant is where everybody expects us to be. We're going to do this part the same. We go to the restaurant. We're going to go to the railing and throw things off the side. Hello there again, Miss Villanzy. Still inside of your husband, ma'am. Has he gone to the smoking room, perhaps? I'll try there. He has been playing cards with Mr. Carstairs quite a lot, I believe. I'm not sure where he is. He's gone for a walk. I have not seen him, ma'am. The restaurant is near empty. I do think talking to Clarissa worked well. Miss Turpentine is a 20-something from Connecticut, with moon eyes, traveling alone. Malcolm found her riveting. I find her to be a wet cloth and a bucket of milk. Let's sit with her. Good morning, Miss Clarissa. May I join you? Oh my god, you're a ghoul, aren't you? Excuse me. This part we can do the same. I know what you did to him. What are you talking about? Don't tell me you don't know. Have you seen my husband, Clarissa? Have I? Have I? Clarissa bursts into fresh sobs and flees from the room. Luckily, no one saw any of that. Okay, great. First things first. hit up the railing. We're going to talk to Carstairs, get the earring, throw it over the side. I make my way to the upper deck, but not quickly enough. Ah, Mrs. Villancy. It's Mr. Carstairs, the young Englishman. Damn fine day, what? Good morning, Mr. Carstairs. Are you here looking for your diamond by any chance? I found it lying here on deck like a bally fish just now. Lucky thing I did, too. Might have flopped back into the sea. Look. Malcolm would be furious if he knew I'd lost it. They're extremely dear. You should be more careful, old fruit. You're so right. I wonder how it got here. You came up on deck after me. Quite a mystery, don't you think? Shall we take a turn around the deck? Another time, perhaps. We'll go visit him in the smoking room later. I'll hold you to that. Good day to you, Mrs. Villancy. Pocket both earrings. There, that's better. Go to the rail. I'll lean out over the rail and stare down into the water below. Drop something over. Toss the earrings. There. Good riddance. Toss the sleeping pills. I won't be needing these anymore. No Malcolm to prod at me in the evenings. Yikes. Lean away. Okay, so we got rid of some of the evidence. Let's wait by the rail. 25 minutes idle by. I'm standing by the rail as Lady H swans by. Ah, Veronica dear, are you quite well? You look awful. So this time we're talking to her and we don't have the one earring in. My husband is missing. I haven't seen him since last night. Really? Husbands are terribly unreliable. Worse than motor cars, and yet you still have to crank them. Still an amazing line. I'm not joking. Now, don't fret, my dear. I'm sure he's just been taking the air. Toodles. She pulls a string of rosary beads from her pocket as she strides away. Let's go below, but we're not going below. We're going to talk to Commander Anders. We gotta get him to come by our room. He has a secret, and we need to find out what it is. To reach the bridge, you climb a metal ladder from the upper deck. It's a terrible idea. You know, we could have kept the earrings and given them to Lady H in exchange for Anders' secret. On a hook inside, blah, 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 blah. Wave to Anders. Commander! Mrs. Villancy, come in! The bridge isn't empty. There are a few duty officers about. And how are you faring this morning, Mrs. Villancy? I'll say I'm anxious to arrive. Can't you make this boat go any faster? Not really, no. But we'll be there soon enough, don't you worry. Have you been up here before? Never, I think. We're gonna talk to him about boat stuff. Look, he loves boats. We're gonna try to talk to him about boat stuff. The view is quite impressive, yes indeed. The upper deck seems a long way down, doesn't it? No one there now, of course. Do you know I was on watch here last night? Oh, yes. That's right. Was a quiet night, light breeze, no fog. Relatively good visibility. So the thing is, we either have to get Anders on our side and get him to not say anything, or we have to pin this on Clarissa and make Anders think that he saw Clarissa. Instead of us. I think let's try to work Anders. Let's do this. Anders, my friend. I feel I've known you a long time. We're old souls, Mrs. Villancy. That must be it. Are you trying to tell me something? You and your husband like to take the air at night. But did you know you're not the only ones who do that? Lady Armstrong also took a stroll about that time. That's very interesting, Mr. Anders. I thought you'd be intrigued. Only, Mrs. V, watch out for that old lady. She's got claws. Now, Miss Villancy, I should perhaps return to my duties. Not yet. What's that key? The one with the red tag? That's my pass key. Why? Can I borrow it? No, Mrs. Villancy. It's more than my job is worth to give that to a passenger. Even one as charming as you. Anders pats his trouser pocket. Not even for me. Not even for you. I'm glad you can be trusted. I most certainly can be. Thank you, Mrs. Villancy. Can I trust you, Anders? We might have to blackmail him. My advice, Mrs. Villenzy, look after yourself. That way, people will stick by you. Thank you for showing me the bridge. Perhaps you could show me more later, wink, wink, wink. I would like that very much. Mrs. Villenzy, I usually do my rounds between 11 and 12. At about 1:30, I could be near your cabin. Perhaps you might be in. Bring your hat. I like your hat. Of course, ma'am. Until then. Good day, Mrs. Villenzy. Okay, so the other thing that we could do is shoot, 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 shoot. Watch the horizon. I lose myself for a while in the endless rolling sea. Somewhere, hundreds of miles away across the water, is Britain. Whoops. Bad things are happening. It's grown men begging to be turned into dogs. I'd crawled up and out of it. No, I would never go back. Okay, Britain's bad, we're never going. Let's move on. I shake myself away from the endless view. Go back down. I make my way back down the ladder. We want to go back to the room. My cabin. We'll be here just in time for Anders to meet us here. I open the door to find Anders waiting for me. Perfect. I thought you weren't coming. Well, you said you'd be here 1:30. I let myself in. He gestures to a red-tagged key lying on the desk. Let's close the door. I push the door, too. We don't want to be disturbed. And do sit down. Will you sit beside me? I'd like that. We gotta seduce him. We gotta get him on our side. I worry that we're gonna seduce him and he's still gonna turn us in. I wanted to ask you something. Anything. Will you give me your passkey? So you can drop in on another man? No, Veronica. I won't. You'd better kiss me now. Mrs. Villenzy, I do believe I will. We got him. Anders tosses me onto the bed and starts to undo my buttons. He doesn't ask me for permission, no more than I asked Malcolm for his. But unlike Malcolm, I'm not going anywhere. I do exactly what he wants me to do. Oh man, it got saucy. I fall for him, right where I stand. Then he puts his hat back on. We got him on our side. That's what we need. Ma'am. I'll see you again, I hope. Count on it. He smiles. He gets to his feet and heads into the bathroom to wash his face. His passkey is still on the desk by the awful dolphin. Let me sing quietly to myself. Singing Rule Britannia. Good. I can hear the water running in the bathroom. Let's get up out of bed. I would get up, but the fact is I can't move. I've been pinned like a butterfly to a board. Let's cuddle a pillow. It's no substitute, of course, but I sink happily into a pillow's embrace. From the sound, I think Anders is brushing his teeth with Malcolm's toothbrush. Get up out of bed. All right, now I'm ready. Peek into the bathroom. I peer around the doorway. Anders looks great with his back to me as well. They really want me to take this key, but I think it's gonna turn out bad. On the other hand, oh, fine, let's do it. Grab the key. I hop quickly out of bed and pick up the passkey with the red tag. Anders is singing an old song in his deep, manly voice. Read the tag. Strictly for ship's crew only. Put it back on the desk. We're not taking it this time. I put the tag key back on the desk where I found it. Anders is coming out. Lie back down. I quickly lie back down. Anders returns. You look perfect, dear. He looks worried. Good show. He picks up his key from the desk, salutes, and out he goes. Liaison officer, achievement unlocked. Let's giggle. How naughty, though. How naughty. All right, Veronica. Time to get up. All right, leave. That works. I think we got him on our side. So, Clarissa was crying. Does she know something? The next thing that we want to do is try to talk to Clarissa. It would be good if she was pushing the suicide thing really hard. The aft cabins belong to the Major and to Miss Clarissa Turpentine. There's sobbing coming from a nearby cabin. We don't have the earrings. We don't have the pills. You know, that evidence is all gone. Let's go to Clarissa's door. Knock on the door. Clarissa, you're in there? Go away. Clarissa, let me in. We're gonna do this all the same as before. This all worked. Please. No, Veronica. Please. Just go away and never come back. You broke his heart. You... Oh my. Are you talking about Malcolm? Clarissa, have you seen Malcolm? We are going off script a little bit. Where is he? You don't know? Oh my God, Veronica, you really don't know. What did you see, Clarissa? Please, tell me. Go away. Do you know where he is? He's dead. You must know that. Go away. Please, you're driving me crazy. She collapses into floods of tears again, enough to spoil her bed sheets. Shoot, I effed it up. How much did she see? Knock on her door again. Clarissa, what do you want? Meet me on the upper deck. Why? Do it for Malcolm. Why not? Trust me. I hate you. Let's duck out of sight. I quickly duck behind a potted plant. Let's watch her leave. A few minutes pass by. Then Clarissa steps out and hurries up the passageway. She's gone. Step away. We're not breaking into her room. We're leaving. We're meeting Clarissa. We got her to the rail. That's all we need. We need her to tell us that he committed suicide. I go back to the upper rail, and there she is. This is all we're going to try to do. We're just going to try to make sure that there's not enough evidence for anybody to say it was us. Well, you wanted to talk with me? Out with it. Clarissa, you saw something. What is it you saw? I saw him fall, Veronica. Last night. It was horrible. I was in my bunk just writing something, and I looked up, and he shot past the porthole in front of me. You know, we should have put the pills in her room. That would have been a good idea, too. You're sure it was him? I wasn't sure until I saw your face this morning. I don't know what you're talking about. He wouldn't have done it except for you. You didn't love him. Why did you let him go? You think he killed himself? It was all he could do. He loved me, but you left him no choice. I've heard enough. Go away, Clarissa. Go back to your cabin and cry. Oh, my God, Veronica, what are you? I hate you. Goodbye, Clarissa. We could push her over, but we need her. Goodbye. And with that, Clarissa runs away, sobbing out her little heart. We're gonna get away with it this time, as God is my witness. Let's go below. We're gonna talk to Carstairs now, in the smoking room. Talking to Singh in Carstairs, Singh needs to tip us off to the fact that he has this debt. The smoking room is a stuffy place, tucked into the back of the boat. We want Singh to hear that my husband was deeply in debt. Carstairs is here too, quietly smoking. Good day to you, Mrs. Villanzy. If Anders still turns us in, I will have his head. I swear to God. Been stuck around board this tug for a week, but I don't believe we've had the pleasure. My name is Subedar Major Sarbit Singh of the 14th Sikhs. Retired, obviously. At your service. Please, I need your help. Oh, yes? I have not seen my husband this morning. I think Malcolm has gone overboard. Are you quite serious? Deadly serious, I'm afraid. Well then, action stations. I'll talk to the commander. We'll get everyone together and see if we can't ferret out the truth. We may have pushed this conversation too soon. Okay, so we reported the crime. There's no evidence. There's no evidence. As long as Anders doesn't turn us in, we could get away with this. Good God. We could do it. We could do it, but it's going to be narrow. They're just going to say, well, there's not quite enough evidence. It isn't long before I'm in the restaurant with several of the others. Thank you all for coming. I apologize for gathering you all here. It is most unusual. But I believe something unusual has indeed occurred. Mrs. Villancy believes her husband has gone overboard. Veronica killed him with her neglect. This is good. Didn't you, Veronica? He's missing since last night. I'm worried sick. It is true, I think. The bed in the Valenzi's cabinet has not been slept in. I saw it. That's because he's dead. Oh, 'cause he sees it in the morning before we ruffle it up. I saw him fall into the sea. Last night he fell past my window as I looked out. We're gonna get away with this. Say nothing. Please, Miss Turpentine. You say you saw him falling past your window? He reached out to me like a ghost. How horrible. It was a horrible thing to see. And you did it, Veronica. If he jumped, it was because of you. Good. This is what we want to be arguing about. Toying with him the way you did. You should be ashamed. You can't imagine our love, Veronica. It was pure. We're keeping it simple this time, which I think is going to be helpful. You know, of course one doesn't like to gossip. Lady H is a problem. But Malcolm Villancy was on the upper deck last night, and he might have been up there with Miss Turpentine. They have very similar figures, our two women. Wouldn't you agree, gentlemen? It certainly wasn't me. We can cast doubt on this. I didn't go near the upper deck last night. I'm sorry, Mrs. Villancy, but I found your earring there just this morning. I mean, it was your earring, wasn't it? No, we're just denying. Don't be ridiculous, girl. Diamonds get noticed. Wait, there's more. As I went below, there was a splash. What kind of splash? A heavy splash. I thought it was something falling off the boat until all of this. As you all know, the captain asked me to give him my opinion. The evidence we have is all circumstantial. Nothing to justify a firing squad, as my old field marshal used to say. Maybe Mrs. Villancy was up on the deck and lied about it. Does that mean she pushed her husband into the sea? I'm innocent. Oh boy, we're pushing our luck. Last time at this point he said he believed that it was a suicide. It's because Carstairs is being a dick to us this time. We should have won him over. But, I don't know what we could have done differently. Something different with the earrings. I'm innocent. I didn't do anything. So, what happened? He must have jumped. We're sticking to our guns. A rich, newlywed man in his prime just threw himself into the sea. Our marriage was loveless. I think this is still the angle that we want. He threw himself overboard rather than face the future. And he left me alone. But I say, you were on deck with him. And you lied about that. Maybe Malcolm dropped that earring there. Why? Maybe he was giving the diamond to her. To spite me. The malicious bastard. This is far-fetched. So a man goes for a moonlight stroll with his lovely young wife, then packs her off to bed, and hurls himself into the sea? I must be getting old. Because I won't believe a word of it. No! It's your word against mine. Methinks the little lady doth protest too little, but you're right, it's not good enough. You're free to go, ma'am, we can't stop you. I must advise the captain that Malcolm Villancy committed suicide last night. Good, stop! Aren't you forgetting something? I don't think so, no. Not you, Major. Him. Me, Lady Armstrong. Anders will vouch for me. Please? Won't you, Commander? Please? Commander? Well, Subita Major, I saw something fall overboard from my post on the bridge. But that's all I saw, really. Yes! I didn't get a good look. I thought at the time it was a suitcase or a crate of some kind, but it must have been Malcolm Villancy. We're gonna get away with it. We're gonna get away with it. Anders shoots me a little smile. The upper deck was empty. Suicide, then. My sympathies for your loss, Mrs. Villancy. Allow me to walk you to your cabin, Mrs. Villancy. Just Miss Amersham now, I think. We can be flirty with him. This way, please. Did we get away with it? Are we going to live happily ever after with Anders? You got out of it. I didn't think you'd get out of it. It was a cinch. Oh, yeah. Well, don't get too cocky, my dear. Only next time, please remember, suicides don't pay out life insurance. So we're just going to have to try the whole thing again. You're kidding. It was always the fine print. It's always the fine print. Isn't it just? To our next roll, my dear.
Damn it all.
Hey, we got a couple of achievements for escaping justice. And we hooked up with Anders at the end. Oh man, Starlet Veronica Villenzy was widowed at sea when husband Malcolm threw himself overboard. Police are linking the death to a series of gambling debts accrued by Mr. Villenzy. Mrs. Villenzy is left penniless in America, but has already been seen in the company of a new man, Captain Anders of the British Navy. Watch out, sir, there may be storms ahead. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Well, we didn't get the life insurance. I guess we'd have to get him murdered for that. But we did get his freedom. Oh, we did get our freedom, rather. So you know what? I'm pretty satisfied with that. We got away with murder. It was a damn near thing, my god. But got there in the end. Just needed to flip Anders. Turned out to really be the key there. Man, this is Overboard. I really, really like this game a lot. Yeah, I don't think that we'll be coming back to this one on stream, but I'll definitely be playing more of it off stream, privately. Let's go to the calendar real quick just to wrap up. Oh, this is one of those games where the sound cuts out when you cut away. Good. No worries. Bam. So this was New Game Wednesday. We checked out Overboard. Yeah, like I said, I think that I'm probably done with this on stream for now. But man, really, really cool game. Really interesting. Even though we did manage to get away with the crime, it feels like there's still a lot there. You know, you could try to get the life insurance. You could try to pin it on different people. You could try to blackmail people variously. Seems very, very cool. We'll be back tomorrow for Cool People Thursday. That'll be from 8 to 10 Eastern Standard Time. We'll be playing some more Wander Song. That's an adventure game we've been playing on the stream. Starting to get sort of close to the end there, I think. I think we'll finish it up tomorrow or the next day, probably. And it's a really good one. Very charming little story. I would recommend it. If you watched any of this live tonight, thank you so much for watching live. Thanks for being in chat. And if you watch this as a recording, thank you so much for watching that way too. And until next time, I will see you later.